Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and dreamers of all ages, welcome to the Disney Countdown Show.
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the second episode. This is the second episode, right, Megan, of our season five, correct?
Yeah, second episode.
Wow. You know what is just downright amazing is that means that we have done over 66 episodes.
Yes.
And last episode, our very first episode of season 5 was our highest downloaded episode, which is amazing. Thank y'all so much. We are so appreciative. And you know what, Megan, we talked on it last episode, but we didn't really get into the nitty gritty of some of the numbers and some of the names. So out of 195 countries on our planet, we have been listened to in 66 of those countries.
Woo! That's pretty good.
I mean, that's pretty good. That's like we've been downloaded in 33% of the world.
Dang, that's pretty awesome. Bringing the Disney magic to all the different countries. That is so cool. Thank you all so much for listening to us over here. We do appreciate it.
And it's places that we're like, oh, we would never think about that, which I mean, we do live in our little bubble, but there's so many other Disney people out there also over in Denmark, Puerto Rico, Switzerland, Bolivia.
Wow.
Kenya? Oh my goodness. We appreciate it so much.
Yes, that's so cool. And on that note, Danielle, I was thinking, how cool would it be to have some of the names and be able to shout out some of the people living in these other countries? And so it gave me an idea. If you all can DM us where you are listening along with your name, and we will give you a shout out on an upcoming episode in this season. That would be just amazing. So we could get to know you a little better and where you're listening from, because 66 countries is pretty stinking cool in my opinion. So I would love to hear where y'all are listening and get to know you a little bit better. So DM us your name and your country. That would be awesome.
I think it's really cool. And I also wonder if a lot of the people are listening to us in these other countries. I think Bolivia has come up before, and I believe it's one of our service members that is actually taking a piece of home with them. And they're serving overseas right now. And I think that is so cool, and we appreciate it so much.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much for your service.
Yes. Now, y'all, before we get into you know what? Back it up. We did this last episode. We're not going to do it this episode. We're going to tell you what we're actually counting down, okay?
Yes. I mean, it's a continuation of the last one, but that's fair. We should also announce what the countdown is. Yes.
We should. Yeah. So this is going to be our top 5 of our bucket list items. And so bucket list items can be experiences or rides or just random things that we want to do in the Disney world.
Yes.
So this is for any park around the world. This can be something as big as wanting to experience a certain dining experience to as small as I want to try this one puff pastry from this one kiosk, and it can be anything like that. But that's our bucket list.
Yep. Going on a ride. It's going to be a good one. I am excited to hear what Danielle has to say. Like I said in the last episode, there is monetary things involved with mine, but it's a bucket list. That's what you sometimes just gotta do that. And it's also Disney, which we love so much. But if y'all haven't done so yet, please go ahead and give us a quick follow over on the socials. We are at Disney Countdown Show on Instagram, TikTok, and Threads for however long TikTok is staying around in this country, y'all. That's a whole nother issue and conversation for a later time. We are also Pod Disney on Twitter/the X, and we also have our full episodes on YouTube, so you can see our pretty faces talking and recording this podcast every week. That's youtube.com/Countdown Network. And of course, Danielle and I are posting constantly on our personal socials. I am at the magical millennial _. She is at the Dapper Danielle, and we do appreciate following on the socials too, because we post there quite a bit. And it's a crazy world over there right now.
We're diversifying the content. We also have our own personal YouTube channels. My mother is currently texting me. Literally, we just started recording, and as we press the record button, my mother is already texting me.
Dapper
being like,
mom always
you recorded
right when we were
like because I
did she ask if you were recording?
Well, not that I was recording, is she was demanding where a video was, because I did record a little something while I was up in Tennessee, and it was about thrifting and finding Disney things. I mentioned that in the last episode. Y'all, It's been a week. I still have not had time to edit that video and get it up yet. And so my mother is literally texting me as we're recording this episode, and she's just like, Danielle, slacker. Your friends already have other things up. Megan and Cole, they already have things up. And I'm like, Mom, I know. I'm sorry. I got stuff going on.
You got so many things going on. It is A-okay. We'll give you time. That video can go up, whenever. It's not necessarily on a time constraint, but
I don't know. I mean, I would like to post it and promote it on TikTok in case something does happen to it, to be like, hey, people, come on over. I have other content over here too.
That's true. That's true. That's a good point. It's a good point. Mm-hmm. Yeah. This week then would probably be the best to do that.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, y'all, during our podcast recordings, y'all message us and you send us reviews. Now, to remind y'all, since there are so many new of y'all, we do have a couple of different ways that you can write reviews for us. So we do appreciate wherever you're listening that you do the star system. Over on Apple, you can write out a review. Over on Spotify, you cannot, but you can leave an episode comment, and that kind of counts as a review for us, or at least that's how their algorithm works. If you want to guarantee that we get something from you, you can feel free to do the stars on whatever platform, and then you can DM us your review. And the reviews, send it through the Instagram page, the Disney Countdown Show, not our personals, or else it will get lost in the sauce. And or you can also send it to that email, which is going to be disneycountdownshow@gmail.com. And you also can send us a message there. And we do have a couple of reviews that we need to get into.
Oh, yay. Okay.
Now, this first one's from Kylie via Instagram.
I think it's
Kylia.
Yes.
See, this is why we have Megan, because she's the one that knows how to pronounce names and I do not.
Sometimes.
Well, you do better than I do.
Thanks.
Well, Kylia via Instagram says, hi, girlies. I started listening to the podcast in November of 2024, and I became obsessed. Wow. Welcome, one of our new listeners.
Yes.
I'm catching up on all your seasons and became a Patreon because I just needed all the extras. Y'all make me feel closer to Disney, which is great because there is a slight chance I'll be going on a Disney cruise in September. Love y'all. 5-star podcast and 5-star TikToks. Thank you.
Kylia, that's so awesome. And we are we are actually very jealous of you going on a Disney cruise, because that is something that Danielle and I, might show up on our 1 through 5 to do, because Disney cruise is definitely one that Danielle and I have not done yet, but I'm so excited for you. That is amazing. And thank you for being here and for being a Patreon. So thanks,
we were talking about vision boards in the last episode. We've done a magazine cutout of a Disney cruise ship, and then we have it stuck right there on the middle of the board.
It's on my board right over there, right behind me. It's off screen, but she's over there. Absolutely.
Amazing.
This next one is from Victoria via Instagram, and Victoria says, love the podcast. Even though I only started listening in May, I am obsessed. I originally started on YouTube with y'all, then I became a Patreon to get the bonus episodes. Yay, Patreon! Yay! I've already listened to the episodes bonus once, and I'm on my second round. It's perfect for listening while doing housework, main reason I'm on my second round, LOL, and perfect for getting my Disney fix year round. Y'all asked for countdown ideas, and I believe you already had this suggestion, but I would love to hear y'all's top underrated Disney movies. Atlantis is my number 1. There are some other ideas like top souvenirs, top park animatronics, top park lands, top quick service restaurants. Ooh, okay. Underrated, I believe, Danielle, and correct me if I'm wrong, I believe underrated was one that we've gotten quite a bit, actually. I think we had it multiple times.
Well,
because it's a big topic.
I agree with you. It was heavily brought up during one of our virtual hangouts with the Patreon family.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. Okay.
And I believe we have already because that was one of our number one requested things, that is going to be coming up here in a couple episodes very, very soon. So y'all stick around for that one. That is going to be one of our next topics of conversation. But I like also the idea of park animatronics and park land. Well, we've kind of touched on park lands in our second season.
Yeah.
But animatronics would be a good one too.
That is a good one. I could probably come up with some decent ones. Yeah. I think that'd be a good top 10 list. There's tons of animatronics, of course, throughout all the parks, but
It's true.
I love that idea. That's great. Thank you, Victoria. Thank you for listening and for listening to the bonus episodes too. That's so cool. We got more coming your way this season. Don't you worry. And speaking of the bonuses, and we just actually said reviews from 2 of them. We do have a Patreon. Yes, we have some new members. We got Kat, Emily, and Joanne. Welcome to the family. Oh my gosh, we love all of our Patreons. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your support. And yes, as a Patreon, you do get so many bonus extras from the show. We got the bonus episodes. We got virtual hangs, which we have one coming up very soon, where we chat, we ask questions, we talk Disney news, we play games. It's so much fun. We have our live audience with us, and we're recording to see all of the outtakes and the bloopers that happen, the technical difficulties, which we've already had some today. So thank you for being here. Is Emily here? Okay, I saw there were a few Emilys in the chat. So hi, Emily.
Yeah, she even says, I'm here. I can't wait for my first virtual hang.
Woo! We're excited to see you. We will be scheduling that very soon, actually before the next episode comes out. So that we can't wait to see you guys there and to see your faces and chat for a bit. So
pay attention to our Patreon socials, the Facebook page or even the Patreon page. You should get notification, or even the Discord, because we also have a virtual movie hangout happening on the Discord coming up. Actually, I think it's happening before this episode airs, but y'all stick around, join the Patreon, and they can join that next movie night.
Absolutely. And this, I think that it was Cadet Kelly that we were watching, which a decom is always a good time. Throwback. Yes, that's a great decom. So yeah, we do have the movie nights. We got stuff. We got giveaways, and it's just a really good time over on the Patreon. So if you feel like joining, you're interested, we do have the link in our episode notes, or you can search us on patreon.com. Just search Disney Countdown, and we are over there. And of course, if you are a paid subscriber, you do get access to the bonus episodes, but for the same price on the Patreon, you get so much more. So that is so much fun. We're so happy that we have some new Patreons joining us today, and thank you all for being here. Very, very much appreciated.
Fabulous.
Yeah. All right, Danielle. Well, it's already middle of January. I can't even believe it.
Oh my gosh.
How are you doing? We got a very important weekend for you coming up. How's MegaCon planning coming along? MegaCon is coming up, y'all, in just a few weeks. And Danielle has a panel that she's hosting.
More than one. I'm doing 2.
She's got 2 this year.
Y'all, so this is going to be crazy. Now, okay, if y'all did not know, MegaCon Orlando is the largest convention that happens in the South. So the numbers actually have almost surpassed New York Comic-Con. And I'm sorry. So the numbers have basically surpassed New York Comic-Con. They're well over, I don't even know the number. It was some ridiculous number of people that show up over this 4-day weekend. And it's all fandoms are represented. And I have been a part of this community. I'm usually over in the Artist Alley and my little 6x6 table. And last year, y'all were amazing. And you showed up, and you guys came to my table to the point where it was creating a traffic hazard, because y'all were lining up and queuing to meet me and buy stuff from my table. And my family was having to play security and okay, create a queue here, but don't block the traffic. And which was amazing. And thank you so much. So MegaCon then reached out to me and they said, Danielle, we can't be doing that again. And I'm like, okay, then what's your solution? What do you want from me? And they're like, okay, well, we don't know what to do with you. And I'm like, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. And they're like, well, because you don't fit into with the cosplayers, you're not technically a celebrity. And then the one girl that follows me, that's part of their social media, she's like, well, in my heart, she's a celebrity. And I'm like, thank you, babe. And
Love it.
so they put me in like near the community zone. Which is near like the 501st, which shout out to our 501st fam if you are representative in any of the United States or around the world. But 501st is our Star Wars community, and they dress up as characters, and they're the ones that you can call upon to come visit, like kids in the hospital, all this other stuff, and it's an amazing community and fandom. And they're the ones that usually host a lot of the lightsaber meetups in both Disneyland and in Disney World.
Yep. Those are so cool.
So they have a big representation in MegaCon, and they create a mini like Tatooine village.
Ooh, that's cool.
Right. And then they'll host Padawan trainings. They'll have their people will actually show up, and they will do photo ops and everything else like that. So that's a great way to see characters. And so I'm right next door to them. And that's
awesome.
really, really cool. So I'll be near my people, near my community.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds so fun.
Yep. And then so 2 panels again, one on Friday and one on Saturday. They're both going to be in the middle of the day, like around noon and 2 o'clock-ish. So more info to come. But the one on Friday is going to be, it's only going to be about content creators and how we do it. A little bit like the video I posted the other day. Talking about some of the breakdown that some of you are like, I didn't realize there's a difference between how you get paid off of TikTok versus our bonuses on Instagram. And so it's a Q&A session, but it's with myself, Bippity Boppity Beard, Live Laugh Lem, and Disney Dan. So we have all the cards stacked. We have YouTube. We have people that do it for fun. We have people that they commit that this is their livelihood. We have a live streamer, and you can ask your questions on what your questions are, basically about content creation and how we do it.
That is
so we're very excited.
Exciting. Yes, I love it. Can't wait to hear all about it. I was trying to get out there. I don't know if I'm gonna make it by that time to Orlando, but I am planning a February
right there
trip.
In the beginning of February. It's February 6th through the 9th, and it's a weird weekend. It really is.
You know, but I one of these days I am going to make it out there for MegaCon. I've just heard so many good things about it, and of course I want to see you and you doing your thing. But it might have to be next year. So
that's okay.
But also exciting, and congrats again. This is it's huge. It's going to be awesome. Very excited for you. So yeah, I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see and hear all about it.
Yes. Now,
Yay.
Megan, I'm seeing a note here that you are going to a Visit Anaheim event with Eric?
Oh yeah. We got the guest invite to this Visit Anaheim event, which is taking place at the Hyperion Theater in California Adventure. And I honestly, I know kind of what to expect. They did the breakdown a little bit of what's happening. They got Visit Anaheim has a ton of partners that they are inviting to this event. And so I think it's just going to be the plan for this year, what they have going on, events that they'll be doing. And and it's fun that it's taking place in one of the parks. So we'll be going there tomorrow, which is, of course, last Wednesday when this episode airs. But we are excited to share what we learn, what we find, because Visit Anaheim is a huge company brand that does all these things within Anaheim, not of course with just Disney, but with a ton of companies and brands in the Anaheim area. So
and I just love that you're just like, yeah, this is our home. Like, that's fine.
Yeah.
We know what to expect, at least how to get into the park and everything. You're not having to go to some random location or some you're like, I don't even know what the parking situation is. At least you're like,
yes,
no, this is easy. We got it.
Yeah, we just walk through the gate and head to the Hyperion. Yeah, that's true. That is nice that the location is very familiar. So we'll report back on what we learn and what's going on, because as we know, this is a big year for Disneyland because it is the 70th anniversary, and I'm sure they'll be doing something with that. So yeah, we'll let you know what's happening.
Well, speaking on report back, I think it's time we get into some Disney news.
We interrupt our program to bring you this
Disney news.
Y'all, I was there. I witnessed it with my own eyes. The closing of Dino-Rama in Animal Kingdom.
Oh no. R.I.P.
R.I.P. Yes. So it was so cool. Like, okay, so what happened that morning was we were cheering on friends at the Run Disney event. I was up since 4 a.m. We had friends cross the finish line as part of the first 30 that finished the marathon, which is amazing.
Wait,
and then
seriously?
we also, yeah, Spencer.
Did he? Okay, I saw that video and I'm like, did he really finish in just over 3 hours?
He was
that
doing a
is
7-minute
insane.
mile.
That is insane. So he's a runner. Okay.
No.
What?
This is the first year that he's actually like trained. He is naturally a runner. And everybody's just like, shut up, sir. I don't know how you're doing it. It's amazing.
No, for real. Did he just do the marathon or did he do Dopey?
No, he did Dopey. He did everything.
Oh my God. That is, honestly, my mind is blown because if you obviously see my videos or listen to the podcast even, I nearly died after the Dopey. So, and I barely made it across the finish line that fourth day. I cannot believe he ran that in just over 3 hours. That is insane.
He did amazing. And now the guy that's coming first for the marathon specifically, the marathon guy was doing a 5-minute mile.
Whew. That gives me full body chills just thinking about that
Yes.
because of how painful that must be. Wow.
Yeah, but he's won the past 3 years in a row for the marathon specifically.
Oh, wow.
And
Okay.
he's from Brazil. So shout out our Brazilian family. You're the one dominating the Disney Marathon right now.
That's amazing. Wow. Wow. Incredible. Okay, sorry. So you were up early and
Anyway,
then, okay.
Yeah, so I guess that's also part of the news. Congratulations to our Run Disney runners that just completed the marathon.
Yes, and Dopey. Yeah, it's huge.
But we also had friends that were in the last pack in the last group also. So we were there early to support our first friend, and then we had friends that were there at the very end. So we didn't leave there until like 12:30 in the middle of the day.
Wow.
Went
So
and
you had
got
a day before the day.
Oh,
Mhm.
literally. And got lunch, came back, and then we went into Dino Land because it was the very last day of Dino Land.
Mhm.
And it was so funny because we saw every content creator imaginable. Like, I
Yeah.
knew there was going to be content creators, but also Dino-Rama is such a small space.
Yeah. It's not very big. Yeah.
So y'all go watch all of our content creators friends, and towards the end of the night, if there was people that were there like in the evening time as like the sun setting, and see how many cameos or see how many times you see the back of my head in other people's videos. I think that's really the true game, is like, where can we find Danielle? It's like, where's Waldo?
Yep.
But it was really fun. And I went over and I found some cast members I knew, and actually a couple of leaders that I used to work with that used to be my leaders back in the day.
Mhm.
And I was like, okay, what are you guys doing for cast members? And so after the regular park hours, the park had a special party just for Animal Kingdom cast and for Dino Land cast. And they got to ride everything. They got to play games. They got to hang out. And Chester and Hester, who are these fictional characters that own the gas station, that own Dino-Rama, they actually brought those character performers out.
Oh, wow.
And they were walk around characters back in the day. And so some of you have seen videos, and some of you have tagged me in these videos saying, is this real? Yes, these are real improv performers, and they played as Chester and Hester. And it was so funny. One of the lines that she kept using was, we're gonna take this party, don't worry, we're not going anywhere, but we're gonna take all this and we're gonna move it to the closest party city near you. And everybody's just like, oh, because Party City's going out of business.
They're bankrupt. Yeah.
They're bankrupt. So they're disappearing just as much as Dino-Rama is. And everybody was like, sick burn, hilarious, awful, but hilarious.
Oh, wow. That's funny and also so sad, but it is funny. That was a good one.
But yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
But we are very excited for the Tropical Americas expansion. So the representation of South America.
Mhm.
And y'all, I think I probably mentioned this in a couple other episodes. We saw pictures of like the carousel, right? And we saw one of the carousel horses in the demos at D23. I have seen more of the sketches and more of the models. Y'all ain't ready for how beautiful this thing's going to be.
Oh, I cannot wait.
I'm so excited for it.
Oh my gosh. I am also excited for Tropical Americas. As much as, Dino Land was a nice little they'll spot in the park, very nostalgic. Tropical Americas is going to be really pretty, and yeah, I can't wait for it to just transform in that area. It's going to be great, y'all. R.I.P. to Dino Land, Dino-Rama. And then Dinosaur is continuing to be there throughout the year.
Yes.
So that's not going away for a while.
Dinosaur we're keeping until end of 2025. So you have a full year to come and go catch that dino. Restaurantosaurus, we don't know. We don't have a timeline on that one. It has been very, very vague. However, that is the only way to get to Dino Land. So we assume that it's going to stay open. However, the interior could close. But if they're going to keep it open through the holiday season, I don't know why they would do that, because that'd be really dumb.
Yeah.
Because then you lose one of your biggest food locations during peak season.
Right.
We'll see. The Boneyard, from what I understand, which is like the kids' play area, I believe is still open as of right now, but we also don't have confirmed times on that either.
Okay, gotcha. Well, here we go, y'all. That part of Animal Kingdom, she'll be different in the coming years. Walls
We're
are
gonna
up.
keep you posted here on the podcast as we hear more news and stuff.
Absolutely. Well, there's another thing that happened that was really nice at Walt Disney World over there, Danielle. It was at the flag retreat ceremony.
Oh wait, hold on. I'm looking at this right now.
This is so sweet.
Yes. Oh my goodness. So yes, so if y'all do not know, at both Disney World and Disneyland, Walt Disney himself was very patriotic, having helped serve at the end portion of World War I overseas as a paramedic.
World War II.
World War I.
Or World War One? Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I thought you were reading the article.
Oh, no. I'm doing a little bit of history first.
You're talking Disney history. Yeah, sorry.
I got you.
Yeah.
And then Walt Disney's brothers also served in the army in World War I. So that whole thing stuck with Walt for a very long time. And so in keeping and honoring our service members, there's a flag retreat ceremony that happens in both Disneyland and Disney World. And they usually pick a service member from multiple branches of the military, and they are the ones that are there to receive the flag and walk the flag down Main Street. And here recently, a 100-year-old World War II veteran received the flag during the retreat ceremony, which is so amazing. He was surrounded by loved ones, and this was just on Friday evening, just a couple days ago. Well, it'll be a couple more days after this episode airs.
Yeah.
But I think that is amazing that he was able to be there. Oh,
that's so cool. Really, really cool. Yeah. That's very special. And he looks so sweet too. Oh.
Yeah, he actually looks really good for being 100.
Yeah, he does. He looks really good.
Looks put together. He's doing good.
Amazing. Oh, that's so cool. Thank you for your service, sir. We have, let's see. I do want to hang on. Sorry. Where's his name?
We don't have a name. It's just a picture.
I got it. Okay.
You got the name?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay.
And that was World War II veteran William, he goes by Bill A. Connolly. He was the one that was honored at the flag retreat ceremony. Oh my God, he looks so sweet.
Right?
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's pretty cool, Disney. Getting me in the feels. All right. Over on the West Coast, we actually have a little bit of speculative news. There was a casting notice that went up on the Disney Auditions website for a new show at DCA, that's California Adventure, and we were doing some digging. We were looking at the descriptions and kind of trying to connect the dots a little bit. We think that this casting notice might be for a new Bluey show that is coming to DCA. Bluey will be showing up also at Walt Disney World starting sometime this year, early this year, they said. But there's also a live party and a DJ that is going, and a show that's coming to California Adventure to accompany the Bluey meet and greet. So I think that this casting notice is for that. Again, it's not, they have not announced what it is, which they don't usually do that on the auditions website. It's very, it's kind of vague, but that is what we are thinking because of the timing and also the description of the role. They're looking for a DJ with a good comic timing, like good comedic timing. So that is what that's what we think is happening. Well, we'll see. We'll keep you posted. It's just speculation at this point.
Interesting.
Also, if you're a DJ and you have good comedic timing, there is a listing up for you right now if you want to join. So,
Right.
seems like it pays actually pretty okay.
Well, I mean, it makes $38.19 an hour.
Yeah.
Which
That's not bad.
which isn't awful, but if you're only doing 3 performances and that's only like 4 hours a day, I don't know how well that is.
I don't know how that, yeah.
But
It's true.
they are seeking a vibrant, energetic, and dynamic vocalist of all gender identities with a wide range of ethnic and cultural backgrounds.
Mhm.
A DJ who is youthful, quirky, and great with comedic timing.
Yes, that's the role.
I mean,
So there you go.
that would be cool. Like, again, they haven't said what they're doing with Bluey. We just know it's coming. This kind of fits the MO, you know?
It does.
And it does say coming in the summer. So that kind of fits in with the timeline and the expectation. We'll see.
We'll see.
Okay.
And we'll let you know once we hear.
Right. Now, something else that just happened here recently is that Space Mountain here at Walt Disney World just celebrated its birthday,
Woohoo!
which is
She
awesome.
50?
She
50.
is 50. You know what I'm kind of salty about, though?
What's that?
You know what else is 50 here at Disney World?
What is it?
Carousel Progress.
Oh, my favorite.
I know. You can step aside, Megan. I'm going to talk about it for a second.
It's okay. Okay, go ahead.
So Carousel Progress, this wasn't counted in the birthdays, mostly because Carousel Progress was brought in for the World's Fair. However, in Disney World history, it was installed and open on the exact same day as Space Mountain. So they are both the same birthdays, same anniversaries and everything like that. However, since Space Mountain, I guess, was the brand new attraction and we had it first before Disneyland did, that's why Carousel of Progress is not getting any love in any of the history. But it is kind of cool to see all of these historical photos, well, the photos from the 70s of the building process and the behind the scenes of all of this. It was very cool how they did it. If you go back, you can actually see some clips of the opening ceremonies of this. We had some astronauts from Cape Canaveral, not Cape Canaveral. What? Yeah. Or from words, things, places.
I wish I knew.
Kennedy Space Center. Thank you,
The Kennedy Space Center. Thanks,
the Kennedy Space Center. We had some astronauts come over, and during the time when all the space race stuff is happening, they came over and they were there for the opening of Space Mountain.
That's cool. Okay. I like it. You know, she's a fun one over there in Magic Kingdom. I was just talking about this with someone at the park recently, how I can't really do that one anymore because it scares me.
Well,
it's like, it's a Matterhorn, but in the dark for like, if you're talking about, you know, the type of ride it is. And I just don't like that. I can't see where I'm going and you're going so fast. I really feel like I'm going to fly out of that thing. And that it scares me. So,
I mean, the track and like the way it's made is almost identical to Matterhorn over in Disneyland.
Yeah.
And that's why our two Space Mountains are so different, is because yours is the second one and it has a major update, including like the metal of how it was made.
Correct.
And that's why one's smoother than the other.
Yes. We, you guys were the first ones to get Space Mountain, which of course is in and of itself is really awesome and inspired, you know, all the Space Mountains around the world, and ours included. But yes, they did update the type of metal that was used for the track, which is why it feels smoother. The type of metal in your Space Mountain is exactly the one from Matterhorn. Now, I am so happy for Space and its 50th anniversary. I don't even know what year ours opened or when we're going to celebrate that, but it was after Magic Kingdom's.
79.
That sounds about right.
78.
So,
it's one of the two. It was a couple years afterwards.
Yes, it was. So it'll be a few years before we ever celebrate that. But it's so cool, and I'm so sorry that Carousel of Progress is not really bundled with Space just yet. I don't know. Maybe they'll include something. They bundled Matterhorn, Finding Nemo subs, and the monorail together for their not was it the 70th? No, that can't be because of the park. It was the 60th. The 60th. Um last year. So yeah,
Interesting.
which is interesting because the subs were down for many years once the first rendition of it was no longer. So
Yeah.
it took a long break, but the pond, the lagoon was still there. So I guess it's still celebrating the anniversary. And then we do have another thing we wanted to announce and also mention because it is such a it's a historic thing and it's very devastating here in California, and that was the LA fires that are going on. Walt Disney Company did commit $15 million to the Los Angeles area wildfire relief and rebuilding efforts, which is great. There have been quite a few companies and people that have donated to help people rebuild, because if you guys haven't, listened to the news or been seeing it, it is one of the most devastating. I think it's the most devastating and will be the costliest fire to Los Angeles ever. So it's destroyed thousands upon thousands of structures and homes, and it's just like it's hard to put into words how awful it is. I do not know anyone that doesn't know someone who has lost something, lost a home. My dad's cousin lost her home in the Eaton fire in Altadena. Like my aunt has a friend that lost her home in the Palisades. So, but yes, Walt Disney Company did commit $15 million to help in the efforts to rebuild. And yeah, so we're hoping for the best. We're hoping this resolves very soon. Of course, as this episode airs, there will be updates, and we're hoping that we hope that it's at least almost over by then or by now. Right. But as we record this, it is still going on, and there was actually another one that popped up in Ventura last night because the winds came back. It's just crazy, especially for this time of year. The fires normally happen late in the year. For some reason, the winds decided to come super late and into the new year. And it's been awful. So I'm wishing everyone healing, and I'm hoping for the best. By the time this episode airs, I'm hoping that it's at least almost done, if not completely over. So.
And y'all, I know some people in the comments, especially us being a little more removed from it, a lot of people are like, oh, well, we want to support, but we don't know who to support to. Y'all, there are actually quite a few GoFundMes, and a lot of them are actually cast members that were heavily affected. So this is really close to the Disney Animation Studio, and multiple animators have actually lost their homes. A large group of Disney Imagineers live near Palisades, and so a lot of them were heavily affected. So they all have individual GoFundMes, and a couple of pages that are part of the history. I think it was, oh gosh, I have to look at the history pages again. But you can find those individual GoFundMes if you guys want to send money directly to certain people. Those are available. Or also there are a couple other great teams that are really actually already boots on the ground helping their community, and it's very, very good.
Yeah, that's a good point too. Anyway, I'm so sorry to but but
it is news. It's something we need to address and really acknowledge, because it is affecting our Disney community, especially so close to home, so close to the Disney World home. The Disney corporate offices in LA have been closed this entire time. They were closed down on the Monday, the 13th. I do not know if they have actually returned to work here on the 14th. They've been playing it day by day. And even a lot of the cast members that work here in Orlando, a lot of the offices for like D-Tools and a lot of the like communication side, a lot of their leadership is based out of LA and based out of California. So their leadership is like, hey, we're not in the office, we're on Zoom. And a lot of the leaders have actually been going and volunteering, and they've been working on their communities already to try to help as much as they can. So it has been greatly affecting the Disney community. So we do want to acknowledge it, even if it is something that is hard to talk about, and it is very rough, and it is hitting close to home. It's something that we still need to acknowledge.
Absolutely. Well put, Danielle.
Well, you know what? I say we turn this around, and I think we might have enough time for a game. Chris, do you have a game for us?
Yes.
I do have a game. Let's play a game. Thank you for the awesome intro of coming out of talking about the fires.
You know, Chris,
Now I
you were
get
just
to
the
lighten
light
the
at the
mood.
end of the tunnel, and we're just coming towards you. So bring us into a happy game, unless it's a really
Yes.
hard game, and then we're gonna be angry at you. One of the two, you know.
This,
It's not a hard game.
This looks like filibuster from what I can see on this
Absolutely
screen.
Disney filibuster.
Let's
Oh!
go. Let's just talk.
So the way it works is I will give both of you 2 topics, and you'll have to talk about those topics for 30 seconds. I will say, coming into it, these topics are tough because I do not agree with either of them or any of them.
no!
Okay.
So
all
yeah,
right.
it's a little bit of a mix-up a little bit. We're going to start with Danielle.
No, okay.
Danielle, for the next 30 seconds, I would love for you to talk about why the turkey leg is the ultimate food item in the parks. Go.
So the turkey leg really is an American icon symbol here in the United States parks. The reasoning being is that, number one, it is not emu. We're going to go ahead and squash that rumor. It is actually female turkeys, and that's why the turkey legs are so big. However, this was first debuted at the Renaissance fairs. Disney food fanatics went out and they were looking at the Renaissance fairs and actually brought that to Walt Disney World, making an overnight success, and why it has stuck around so many years ever since then.
Well done.
Pretty good.
Well
Thank
done.
you.
Not bad.
Okay, see, filibuster, y'all. We might not agree with these conversations and these topics, and I do not like the turkey leg at all.
For Megan,
protein.
actually,
Okay.
I kind of agree with this one. So we'll
Okay.
see. So maybe
Okay.
this will be a little bit easier.
Okay.
Megan, for the next 30 seconds, I would love for you to talk about how Beauty and the Beast promotes Stockholm Syndrome.
Oh, Beauty and the Beast and Stockholm Syndrome. It's where you fall in love with your captor or with the person who is keeping you hostage. Yes, it kind of does, because that is exactly what Belle does. She is being held hostage by the Beast, and for some reason ends up wanting to help him and like be having sympathy for him. So yes, in and itself, it is kind of like the definition of Stockholm Syndrome. And yeah, I guess they live happily ever after. So it kind of does promote it a bit.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you're like, oh, he has anger issues, but he has a castle.
But I can
Oh, but
fix
he's
him.
really big and hairy. Oh, but his servants, they wait on me hand and foot, and they just talk and sing at me. Oh, that's kind of
Yeah,
nice.
it's kind of fun.
Very cool. Okay, so let's talk about live action remakes for a minute.
Oh no,
Danielle, Lilo and Stitch is upon us,
Oh,
but I think they got the casting wrong. Specifically with Stitch. For the next 30 seconds, I would love for you to tell me why you think they should have cast Timothy Chalamet as Stitch. Go ahead.
So, you know, Stitch is a freaky character, right? You know, he does all these weird voice inflections and everything. But you know what every live action needs? A musical. And what every musical needs is a Timothy Chalamet. We need a Willy Wonka up in Hawaii. And we need, this is a great cosplay character. Everybody knows how to dress up as Timothy Chalamet. Everybody can easily dress up as his character. I see the potential later on in cosplays here in 2026. Let's go.
All right. Okay.
Oh, that's fantastic. Oh my god.
Megan, this one's for you.
Okay.
Staying with the theme of live action remakes.
Okay.
Moana 2 is done. We don't have to talk about it anymore. Let's get back into talking about the Moana remake, live action remake, starring The Rock. But get this guy out of here. He's on too many movies. I would love for the next 30 seconds for you to tell me why you think they should have cast as Maui Timothy Chalamet. Go ahead.
Well, Timothy Chalamet is a method actor. He definitely molds and trains to fit into the roles that he plays. Do I think he could have gained like 200 pounds to play Maui? No, and it's a little bit of cultural appropriation. It's a little bit problematic for him to have those tattoos, so I don't know. But, you know, he is a method actor, so he could, I don't know, switch completely into the role. The hair he might have got pretty well, but he could have been. I don't know.
Could you imagine it? Like Timothée Chalamet, method actor, gets adopted by local Hawaiian family, and is given tattoos, gains an obscene amount of weight, which is not for his body type or fit at all.
Well, that was
Timothy.
Disney Filibuster. Thank you so much for playing. I'll let you get on with the countdown.
Good one, Chris. Thank you.
Oh, that was so fun. Thank you, Chris.
See, that was a good way to put us in a good mood again. Talking weird about Timothée Chalamet. You never know.
Sometimes talking about Timothée Chalamet could put a smile on your face. So that was great. Okay, well, Danielle, I think it is time now to transition into our countdown for this week. Our top 5 Disney bucket list items.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it. First, we got a recap. So let me get my list here. And we shall recap our 6 through
notebook
10.
is out. The pen is ready. Click,
All
click,
right. Aha, I have mine right here. Okay. Would you like to recap, or do you want me to go first for this guy?
I can recap first. That's fine.
Go ahead. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. My number 10 was I want to go to Tokyo and learn all the Baymax dances for Baymax Happy Ride. And I'm so excited for this one. Like, I'm going to manifest this one. That's why it's at number 10. And we'll get into that, and you'll see the differences as we keep going through this list. Is having champagne on Main Street at Disneyland Paris. Number 8 was the Haunted Mansion tour that takes place over in Disneyland. That's something I really, really want to do. Number 7 is go visit the Walt Disney Family Museum, which is in closer to the Pixar campus and everything. And then along with that, number 6 was go visit the Pixar campus.
Nice. All right. And let's get right into it. What's your number 5?
My number 5 is going to be the most expensive one. And this is going to have dinner at 21 Royal.
Oh, yes.
Y'all,
I had a feeling it was going to be there.
Into Club 33 was hard. Nay. 21 Royal is a fully immersive experience in what was supposed to be the second Walt Disney apartment, right above New Orleans Square. It's right next door. It's actually right above Pirates of the Caribbean, and it is amazing and crazy, and crazy expensive.
Yes. Yes, 21 Royal, very special experience. Now, you don't necessarily have to be a Club 33 member to dine there. Anyone can dine there. It's just you have to call for availability, which is apparently months and months away.
Right.
And then you have to pay a certain sum, which is over, I believe, 18,000 is going to be your price tag for that dinner.
I thought it finally broke 20 here in the past year or so.
Did it break 20? Yeah, it might have. It was 15 at one point a couple years ago. But yeah, it might have broken 20. So yes, it's a good old price tag for up to 12 people, I believe is the number. But it includes the dining experience, which is like this Michelin star dining experience
like white glove service, y'all.
Yeah, in the dining hall above Pirates of the Caribbean. And you also get access to the Dream Suite that was there for the 50th anniversary, where people did actually stay. Year of a Million Dreams, excuse me. It was the Year of a Million Dreams. And that is fully available for you to walk through and take pictures and, kind of enjoy. And then it is an open bar as well, full service bar. And you also get a view of if Fantasmic is happening that night, you get to watch it from the balcony. So it's a very special experience. And it is, it's on my list at some point. Don't worry.
Hey, and as soon as you get into there, you're inviting me is really what it is.
My brother got to do it, by the way, for free because, and that's the story that I'll never let him live it. He got to do it for free a couple years ago. Yep. He got to do it because his wife, my sister-in-law, her godfather is a video game entrepreneur. He's a multimillionaire and was like, and is a Club 33 member and is like, I feel like doing this. I'm going to take a group of 12 people and we're going to go and have dinner there. And that's what he did. He paid for the entire thing. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Don't, I don't even want to, I can't even really talk about it. He did it.
Did he appreciate it at all? No.
I don't know, Danielle. I literally screamed at him via text. I was like, what?
You're like shouting it all caps, slam emoji through iPhone.
Like, I hate you right now so much. Yeah, so he got to do that. But whatever, it's fine. I'll do it eventually.
Your random Disney thing in the middle of the episode is that in where the courtyard is in 21 Royal, there's like a courtyard that's kind of like still outside. That is where Walt Disney really wanted to test out outside air conditioning.
Oh, fun.
And it was like part of the drawings and everything like that. Did he make it work? No, but that's where it was supposed to go, was outside air conditioning in that courtyard. Anyway,
Very
continue.
interesting. Okay. Okay. I shall recap my 6 through 10. Okay. So my number 10 was the Animal Kingdom Trek tour, to do that, or the Animal Kingdom, like the Wild Africa Trek over in Animal Kingdom.
Yes.
I'm going to do that at some point. We're going to make that happen soon. Number 9, be the first to anything in the morning at Disneyland, like the first pickle or the first sign in the first signature in the books on the rides. They have that at Winnie the Pooh and Storybook Boats.
Yes.
In Fantasyland. Number 8 was do a VIP tour at Walt Disney World. Would love to experience all 4 parks on a tour. 7, do the tour of Walt's apartment, which I keep forgetting the name. Oh my gosh, I literally just had it in my head. And someone actually told me in the chat last week what it actually was. But it's the tour in Disneyland where you get to see Walt's apartment. And then it's like magic. Okay, sorry. I'm just going to move on. Number 6.
I got you. I got what you're throwing down.
Thank you. And my number 6 was to go to all 6 Disney parks in the world. So do the China parks. I technically only have to do the China parks and also Disneyland in Tokyo because I've done Disney Sea, but I want to go back. So my number 5 is actually going to be, and this is over my lifetime, and yes, it is going to have a hefty price tag, is to become a DVC member. I've always wanted to.
Really?
Yeah. I want to have like the fun little perks of being a DVC member, and also just invest in it because I know that I'm going to be going to Disney for the rest of my life and with my family. So I know it makes sense at some point to do. So that would be. That's on the bucket list for me. Yeah.
Hey, you heard it here, DVC family. We know many of you listen to this, or you know people that work in the corporate side of DVC. Hey, Megan is basically saying she volunteers as tribute to talk about you. If you want to help her get some points and like be part of that process, give her a discount. Just saying.
Make a contract, sign a contract, whatever we got to do.
Hey, sign on to that new tower over at the Polynesian Tower. There you go.
See, yep,
Island Tower.
Looks great. Yep, that one is on the list. And then, sorry, Chica, thank you so much. It is the Walt's Main Street Story. That's the tour where you see Walt's apartment. Thank you.
Fabulous.
That's the one. All right, number 4, what we got?
Okay, number 4 for me is actually going to be taking a tour of the Disney Music Archives.
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
We have some friends that work over in Disney Music. Shout out to DJ. And so that is something that I really want to do because they've started kind of showing it on their social media of like a look of like, hey, we're pulling out these albums and these vinyls from the archives, and they have these rows and rows of it. I just want to go through the library, and they also have record players there too where you can take stuff off and you can play it. I just want to find them, and I just want to look at all of them. So yes, like y'all know I have a very big love of vinyls and everything. So yeah, that's what I want to do for number 4.
That's and it's so you, Danielle, and I think you're gonna do it at some point very soon.
The ones I feel like are attainable are kind of in the top 4.
Yeah.
And you're going to see that. And I think, Megan, you said yours are kind of more of the ones that are not attainable, right?
We flipped it. Yeah.
We did flip it.
But that's totally fine. That's just, that's what we love about these countdowns. You never know. But I do love that one. That's a really good one. Oh, actually, no, I have an attainable one. Wait, my next one is actually quite attainable. And that is number 4, go on a flippin' Disney cruise. I want that to happen this year. And I know that that's attainable for sure. Yes, it does cost something, but not as much as 21 Royal. So, we're going to make it happen, Danielle. You and me, we're going on a Disney cruise.
We're going to do it.
And it's going to be great. And we're going to have so much fun. So yeah, that
Disney
is
would
number
also
4.
volunteer since you didn't let us on the Treasure. We'll go on the Disney Destiny because that's supposed to come out later this year.
If you need
we'll
some
be
promotion,
here for it.
Exactly. If you need some promotion on your older ships, hey, we got
Gotcha.
you. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Okay, number 3. What you got?
Okay, number 3. See, these ones were hard because I kind of view these all as
Mhm.
like in the same breath of like I want to do all of these.
Yeah.
And like I said, they are all very attainable. So for me, my number 3 is the Walt's Main Street Story Tour, and I want to go
Oh, yeah.
see Walt Disney's apartment. Which I know a lot of y'all are like, Danielle, like you've been over here so many times, like you could just sign up for it and do it. Every time I have been into Disneyland here in the past couple years, I ain't got time for any of that. Like I'm gonna have to carve out a special amount of time to be able to do all this tour, like all the tours. Actually that could be just a whole trip in itself. It's like, don't do a normal theme park day, only do the tours. And that's it.
Yep, totally.
So that's why that one is sitting right there at number 3.
Next time you're here, you could just do the Walt's Main Street Story and the Haunted Mansion tour.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the plan.
That's gonna be like me doing the Animal Kingdom one. Okay. I love it. My number 3, we are going back to the unattainable in more ways than one. It is to stay in the Cinderella Castle Suites. I want to do it just once, and unattainable meaning you have to get lucky to do this because you can't even pay. There's no amount of money that Disney is going to take. Mariah Carey got denied also access to the suite when she wanted to stay there. So it is so unattainable.
Yeah.
But hopefully, fingers crossed, and luck in the universe says, you know what? She should do it. That I maybe get a chance to stay in the Cinderella suite at some point in my life.
It used to be a thing where celebrities could rent it out, and like if you were like really high up there, you could rent it out. And then I believe it was Justin Bieber that ruined it.
Yeah, in his crazy childhood days. Yeah,
you know what? He was a party animal and
I know
messed up the suite pretty badly. It was a hefty fee.
Yep. Yes, indeed. And he's probably simmered down in his old age now that he's a dad.
Totally.
But yeah, when he was younger, he messed it up for everybody because I think he trashed the place, which is so not okay. Rude on Disney property. One of the most exclusive room in any Disney park.
Right.
So
again,
thanks,
Disney.
Justin.
If you want us to talk about it, if you just want us to hang out, we'll do it. That's fine.
We'll do it. I think there's All True did a giveaway. I worked with All True last year to do a Cinderella Castle Suite giveaway because it was with the Orlando Magic, and they did a full vacation where you could stay there for a night. So it's stuff like that. It's mostly giveaways and like sweepstakes. I think that's all they really do it for now. Right. So,
even Emily in Wonderland, she even said, to be fair, Mariah Carey caused a lot of problems when she came on Soaring and was there. So I understand them saying no. Y'all,
I've heard about Mariah Carey.
Tea on everybody that you know. And there's a lot of stuff that we can't talk about because of it. But yeah, I've heard about Mariah Carey and Christina Aguilera being some of the worst. I mean, if you're listening, Christina, you better behave at the Disney parks, okay? Because I heard she causes problems. So anyway, we won't get too into it. She just wants to be a Disney princess.
I guess so. But she sings Reflection. Like, calm down.
Exactly. Like the most chill and fabulous Disney princess song. Calm down.
Right.
Oh yeah, Emily. We won't get into Ariana Grande. It's mostly her parents. More so than her.
I see. I know a guy who has seen or like talked to Ariana Grande because he's also a VIP tour guide, and he said that she's lovely. So I hear mixed about Ariana. Okay.
When she was younger and she was like her parents were like on top of everything here in World, absolutely not.
Oh, really? Okay. So she's changed. Okay.
We didn't mean this to turn into a tea sesh, y'all, but moving on.
Celebrities. Moving on. Here we go. Okay. All right. So that was number 3. Okay. What's your number 2, Danielle?
Okay. My number 2 is something else that is very, very, very attainable. And you've gotten to do this. And I'm so angry that you've gotten to do this and I have not. It is the Lily Bell car.
Oh, yeah.
At Disneyland.
I've done this twice.
It is the Walt Disney car, basically. It's the Lilybell, and it's named after Walt's wife, and it's her car, basically. And private car, it only comes out at certain times. It used to be something that you could like run and like sign up for. I don't think you can anymore. It's kind of just a magical moment.
They took that away, and it also was something that you could request during your VIP tour if you got one. But I even think they took that away. I know. So you can. It's only part of the railroad tour. I know. I mean, it's not the railroad tour is not super costly. It's about the same as any other park tour.
But then I gotta plan out a whole nother day because doesn't that happen at the exact same time as the Walt tour?
Probably. So you got to stay here for another day. Yeah.
Oh, and that's more monies. Okay,
I'm sorry.
I'll just financially plan for that. We're not going to eat on the next time that I'm going to be there in Disneyland. It's all going to tours.
That's okay. We'll bring outside food. I'll bring you some meals. We'll be fine.
Just keep bringing. You know what? I'll just get Earl of Sandwich. And I'll just have the same turkey sandwich because I know that's exactly $9 every single time. And I'll just have it in my purse. Like, oh, Danielle, what are you eating? Another holiday turkey sandwich.
That's fine. That's fine. It'll be great.
And yes, Ashley, the Lilybell is the most Danielle thing imaginable. Me, and like, I'm not even a big fan of trains. I'm a fan of the train aesthetic, though, like the old timey train aesthetic. And that's why I want to be on it so bad.
You would love it. And you got it. I would love to, if you wanted to get dressed up and then to like take some pictures in there within like
100%.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because it's pretty special.
It's fabulous, and I would like be like, oh, you all can leave now. I need my own private photo shoot. Thank you.
Right. Yeah, that it's still possible, but you do have to book the tour. As far as I know, even if you're on a VIP tour, I don't even think you can request it because they have that tour now. So
unless some Disneyland people just know and love us so well and just want to make that magical moment for Dapper Danielle.
Yep. Throwing that out there.
Yeah, subtly. It's fine.
Okay.
What about you, Megan?
My number 2, we've already talked about it, is to dine at 21 Royal. I would love to make this happen at some point in the next couple years. It's to get 12 friends who want to just live it up at Disney and go all out. And I feel like it's a once in a lifetime thing, unless you're a big shot later in life. This would just be like it, basically, in Disneyland. That's kind of the most bougie thing you could possibly do at the Disneyland park. And so one of these days we are going to make it happen because I've been wanting to do it for so long. So yeah, that's my number 2.
Oh, so cool.
Yeah. Okay. We're down to it, Danielle. We're at number 1.
My number 1 is, okay, so I've kind of done a little bit of this, but not like to the full expectation and like stuff. And number 1 is going to be a deep dive tour into the Disney archives.
Oh, I love that. Okay.
I just want to go, and I mean, of course, I'll probably have to like put on gloves and everything like that and just go and like dig around and see what I find. I mean, I'll probably have to be escorted with somebody too to make sure nothing walks.
Probably.
But just to be there to see everything, because they do a really good job of like circulating what appears in like the animation studio because they have a part of the Disney archives there. There's some really great tours that are still happening around North America, and some other things like the costumes are still circulating around in a couple of museums, but it's not the same. Like, I want to go into the warehouse. I want to see the nitty gritty and what's probably still in boxes and like preservation containers. That's what I want to see.
That is so you. I totally get that. Would that be where is that again? Like, is there a spot?
Well,
Everything's
there's
located?
like a portion of like, there's the art pieces, the ones that are part of the animation studio. Those are in one building, but there's also a separate warehouse, and I'm not exactly sure where the warehouse is.
Okay,
I would have to double check that.
I know there was a vault in Glendale or something,
right?
An actual vault with like all this animation stuff from back in the day.
Yes.
So,
or even like is it the archives or the they've had him on a lot recently of him coming out and showing like the original cells in photos from like Sleeping Beauty and Cinderella. Oh my gosh. I would
Can you imagine? Right.
I would literally fall over, like cold iguana out of the tree, fall over and just like pass out.
That would be crazy.
It would be crazy. I would cry.
Yeah.
It would be a lot. And I don't cry, y'all. It would be emotional.
It's just like history right there in front of you on paper.
The art.
Yeah.
The art.
The art. Literally drawn right there.
Right.
Oh, man. That's so cool. Okay.
What about you,
Love
Megan? What's
that.
number one?
I feel like mine's so superficial after that. Okay. Anyway, I feel like this would come as a surprise to no one, but mine's definitely not something super deep
That's
and
okay.
sentimental like that. It's to become a Club 33 member.
That is totally fine because we will use each other's like top 5. If I get into the archives, you're coming along with me for content. If you get into Club 33, I'm expecting to go up there for lunch, breakfast, and dinner and all the things.
Okay,
so,
you know what?
It's
That's
a fair
so
trade-off.
fair. It's a fair trade-off. You're absolutely right. Yes. It's just like it's not even to go and go into club whenever you want. It's the stuff that comes along with it. Like you get access to both parks. Like you get the platinum ticket, you know what I mean? You get seating for candlelight and all this fun stuff.
Like certain amount of VIP tours every single month, and like express dining availability. We just want the perks that come with it, not even necessarily the location. We just want the dining availability.
yeah. I got and especially now because it used to be the only place in Disneyland you could get a drink, right? That can happen at all sit-down restaurants now and Oga's Cantina. So it's not like it's that special to go and like get a drink anymore. It's just you get some fun perks with it. And I do know that they raised the prices recently on the annual memberships, like annual cost or annual dues, excuse me. But eventually, once Megan trademarks something and, later in her life and invents something, that's the first thing we're signing up for to get on the wait list.
That's right. That's exactly right.
But anyways, we want to thank you guys so much for listening to this episode, listening to both episodes of our top 10 Disney bucket list. Thank you for being here. Thank you to our Patreons for being in the chat, and for all of our Patreons for being here at the Disney Countdown Show fam. We got another countdown coming your way next week, so be sure to listen out for that one. We will say what it is at the top of the episode. We will. Just
we're having to tell ourselves now so we remember for when we actually record.
So it's not going to be a surprise to you guys. But thank you so much again. We will see you next time. But until then, have a very magical day.
And night, sleep tight, dream of churros tonight. See, everybody likes my comparison. Like Emily even said, the iguana comparison is so Florida. #accurate. That's how we feel when it's under 40 right now.
I saw one of those in Fort Lauderdale, like on the freeway. It was walking, and I was like, nobody hit the iguana.
No, they're like they're miniature dinosaurs, and they're so freaky.
They're
and we have
huge.
some. They made their way up to Disney World.
Did they really?
Yes, they are wandering around. They last were seen over in Epcot. It's crazy.
I think they're so fun, though. I think
very
they're
invasive, though. They're fun, but they're very invasive and
They are
very bad
invasive.
for the
environment.
The environment, yes.
Oh, that's not good. Okay.
To have your name at the end of our new episodes and to receive a bunch of magical perks, please check out our Patreon via the link in the episode notes.
Or visit patreon.com/Disney Countdown Show. We'll see you there.